Anyway, somebody said, yo, Ak, don't speak on Fifth. Nah, I like Fifth. I think Fifth likes me too. Yeah, Fifth likes you until he don't like you, so I gotta be careful. We are gonna get to the Joe thing with 50, but that's the point I'm trying to say, right? And I guess that was a really long-winded way of saying, hey, Drake fans, check this out. I'm with y'all on one sense. I don't think Universal is trying to push Drake like they used to push Drake. Again, without, I've just spoken to so many people who are important and all these things. Like I spoke to, I can't say the names, but I spoke to some people who remember around the time when Drake was the face of every playlist. I talked to people in those meetings. Like I talked to them a couple days ago. They said, we remember that time. We made the decision to put Drake's face on the fucking cover of the gospel playlist. That was a time of a increased, we're shoving him down your throat, right? And that conversation, obviously there has things being changed, but I don't think it's necessarily, that means they're suppressing him. Like that was part of Drake's superpower. Drake had the appeal of, hey, this is a guy who we could all rally behind, and he's a guy who is relatable and palatable to the 14-year-old and the 55-year-old, the white guy, the Indian dude, the Asian girl, and even the Pakistani who's fucking watching this shit. It's just everybody's watching. The black person, it doesn't matter who. You get what I'm saying? So, and by the way, some of the things I've heard that changed, like, I'll touch on a few things, just like, I don't know, they're like, yes, that was a time that I think it behooved streaming more than it behooved Drake. Drake was the byproduct of it, as much as we thought it was just his dominance. Drake was help pushing streaming. They needed streaming to be popping. Okay, let's flood the place with Drake. This is the best place and the place you could get Drake at. Unfortunately, what's happened is this, and I kind of pointed this out on my own. If you look at, and even like, I think Apple Music and even Spotify's relationship has changed with Drake a bit. I'll tell you why. And this is why when your time at the top, you have to treat it very important. So Drake was the first artist in Spotify's history to get to 50 million monthly listeners. The very first. By the way, when he got there, I don't even think no one was at 30, if I remember right. But we could Google that. He was the first person. You see, these days, especially after the lawsuit, this M30, even though he didn't sue Spotify, but he did, he put the petition in. The leverage that Drake has is much different as they would view it. So back then, Drake was single-handedly driving streaming to more people. These days, Bruno Mars got more monthly listeners than Drake. You get what I'm saying? Now, this doesn't mean streams. This just means monthly listeners. What does monthly listeners mean? More of their audience are listening to a song per month of Bruno Mars, which is 149 million, than Drake, which his number is 80 million. So as much as he still drives some of the majority of what streaming is, his dominance isn't like what it was when they were plastering his face.
Flop, 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 flop.
All over the place, if that makes sense. So, talking to people about how the streaming services treated him back then to now, they're like, Drake was the single-handedly number one commodity that if we put anywhere, he would bring everybody to us. We were trying to expand. So they all went to go, oh shit, let's all go to Spotify. I actually I have another analogy. It's actually to even tap into something we've talked about here before. It's like Joe Budden, right? Like Joe Budden expected to get like this big payout from Spotify. And some would say rightly so. Some would say no, you're asking too much. But here's the thing. You lose your leverage once they bring in other people who's bigger than you. Or not bigger than you, but is they milk you dry. All right, let me see if I can say this like a nice way. There was a time where Joe, when he went to Spotify, he had the number one streaming podcast. You know what I'm saying? And that was the moment he had the most leverage. So actually, I'm actually agreeing with how, even though I don't agree with some of the ways how he negotiate, I see why he's like, give me the money now. Because what happens is, that's the only time you have leverage. If Drake had done some leverage move back when he was the first one to pull 50 million monthly listeners, who knows? It would have been a possibility that Drake had been the first artist that could have possibly negotiated owning, even if it was 4 or 5%. Maybe not 4 or 5%, like maybe like 2% of these fucking companies. You know what I mean? Maybe Spotify. Hey, listen, cool. I don't need no money. Since I'm bringing so many people here, you guys keep reporting your subscribers, and I'm the only artist pushing that. I think we could look at it. Here we go. And the reason why I brought Joe up, because I'm like, Joe established the podcasting market. Drake established the streaming market on DSPs, right? And what's happened now is that, obviously with the lawsuit, this and third, they're kind of looking at him like, but it's been a long time since we plastered your face all over this bitch. We ain't doing that no more. You're not on the, like, they do show him love. And I looked around, Rap Caviar showed him some love, but it wasn't the, yo, this is the biggest artist in the world dropping. He's everywhere like bird shit. Here he is. No matter what you click on Spotify, you can't avoid him. Spotify first artist to 50 million monthly listeners. Yeah, Drake was the first one to reach 50 million. Oh no, 50 million streams. No, I'm talking about monthly listeners. He's the first to reach 50 million streams, but I think 50 million monthly listeners, he was the first to reach. And again, that broke that broke the whole market for how many people were listening to people just on Spotify. Then I think Taylor came and helped it. And then obviously now that like The Weeknd and obviously everybody else, they're pushing it further. But what that does is it kind of dilutes, if you ask me, it dilutes how important Drake is to like a Spotify or even Apple Music. And I think when you're seeing what Drake fans are seeing now and they're like, no, he's getting treated differently. No, they're just treating him like, nigga, you're just one of the rest. And for me, that's not suppression. That's just what it is.
So why would you come out and say that they're going to suppress him? You literally came out and did a whole live stream about how UMG is going to suppress him. Then you come back to say, oh, no, they ain't suppress him. He always got to change the narrative, huh? You always got to change the narrative. That's why it's just good just to shut your goddamn mouth and just wait for the results.
So I guess that's all I have to say. I don't think he's being suppressed, but I do think they're not treating him like a tier 1 artist. That's it. All right.
Whatever. He said all that just to backtrack. He said all that bullshit just to backtrack what he said 3 weeks ago.
This is the number one, or the charts for this week. We got SZA with Luther. Kendrick and SZA, Luther.
Whoop, whoop.
Kendrick Not Like Us.
Whoop, whoop.
Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars. Okay. Kendrick and Lefty Gunplay.
Whoop, whoop.
And Kendrick Squabble Up.
Whoop, whoop.
I gotta give Kendrick some props. Right. By the way, I don't think this is UMG just doing some weird shit. I think as much as I didn't approve of Kendrick's Super Bowl performance, I thought it was garbage. The way that he laid out those songs has those songs gaining this significant boost even second week. So this is the second week chart since the Super Bowl. And you're realizing, a lot of people are saying, why didn't you perform Swimming Pools? Why didn't you perform these other songs? Well, he kept it GNX. And not only did last week these songs chart, look like a lot of people discovered these songs. And for the subsequent week, they've charted again. This is not
Exactly. So why would he, when he just released, so this was calculated, right? Knowing Kendrick Lamar, he did this on purpose. All right, I'm going to drop about a month or two before the Super Bowl, and I'm going to perform it on the Super Bowl so I could drive the sales. That sounds like pretty smart to me. But everybody was like, oh my God, why is he doing this? It's pretty that damn simple. I mean, it's not it's not rocket science. Like, why would he, he just got a new album, so why not help that album do better? It's really simple. Appreciate you. Feast with the membership. Appreciate you with the new membership. All right. He just released a new album. So why not perform that new album so everybody could download it? People that might not be aware of it. All right. These are the songs that I'm going to perform. Most of them are on my album. Go check them out. Why not take advantage of the biggest sport event of the world to promote your album that you just released? Duh. Duh.
on GNX, but this is on GNX and this is on GNX. So to occupy 4 out of the top 5 spots, yes, the Super Bowl helped, but you got to give him credit for, I think that was a smart move, right? Smart move in getting the songs to chart. It's not a smart move if you plan to do the Super Bowl again. I personally don't believe they'll ever book Kendrick Lamar to do the Super Bowl again. And I actually personally believe that hip hop won't be at the Super Bowl next year. I think Kendrick fucked up for everybody.
He just got his shit. He just got his shit on Kendrick no matter what. He gonna give him credit, but just know some bullshit is gonna follow up. Some bullshit is gonna follow up. When Akademiks seemingly gives Kendrick a little credit, gives him a small compliment, just know a big pile of shit is gonna come following along that small compliment to overshadow giving him props. Oh, he gonna take a big shit on that little compliment that he gave Kendrick. So let me guess. Kendrick broke records as far as the most viewed Super Bowl ever. And the NFL is gonna be like, nah, we don't want that again. Next year, we don't want to do bigger and better. We want half of those numbers. Yeah, Drake, come here. You up next. Yeah, I want you to kill. I want you to bring half of the viewership that Kendrick did. Do you think that's what business wants? Do you think business care about all that other shit? No, business love numbers. And Kendrick broke numbers. So you don't think they were pleased? They were pleasant? How everybody was talking about it? Everybody was tweeting about it. Everybody was making reaction videos, TikTok. People are still making videos off of the Super Bowl performance. We're 2 weeks away from the Super Bowl. People are still talking about that Super Bowl performance, still making videos, still making little skits. You don't think the NFL don't appreciate what Kendrick did? So I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Companies love numbers. And those numbers that Kendrick brought the NFL, oh, I'm sure they're pleased. I'm sure they're happy.
I think he did a Drake obsessed like war cry that was so aimed at Drake. He did a good job with that, but he lost everybody else and he took a global moment and made it a hood moment. And for that, I know somebody I'm like, oh, that's what's up. Yeah, never compromise. Cool. I thought he could have done a better job by balancing it because his
man, what the bro? Do you think they really give a shit about that? Do you really think these companies give a shit? No, they seen them numbers, they seen the interaction, social media presence, the amount of what is he talking about? What? They don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Talking about hood presence when they had 50 Cent and Snoop on there and Dr. Dre the year before. That ain't hood. The fuck?
is the thing. They'll let you get it off once, but next year, I think they're going to tap Jay on the shoulder and say, Brother Jay, we know that we gave you the keys to this, but could we bring Bruno Mars up here? Could we bring, like, you could keep some black people. Bring Pharrell up here. You know, I'm happy. Like, let's do that. We don't want this extra wrapped out shit where people are going to fall asleep. You get what I'm saying? So it looked like it paid off. And if you ask me, Kendrick comes.
Boy, this ain't nothing but hate, man. This ain't nothing but hate, boy. This is just pure hate.
Across like a very selfish nigga. I don't think he give a fuck about what that might do for hip hop. Like that was for him, right? That was for, I don't like Drake, fuck Drake, and this is to prove I'm now bigger than Drake. He got that off. But I don't think that performance did any, I don't think it did any, didn't do any service for hip hop and future hip hop performance, right? Wow. Like I think people, you would have to literally be pretty brain dead to say the takeaway from that Super Bowl performance was that we need to have more rappers there. I think the takeaway was no, unless it's going to be a medley, right? No. So it is what it is.
Even though Kendrick broke Michael Jackson numbers, the most viewed hip hop, the most viewed halftime show of all time. But somehow, some way, you're going to talk down on that. Boy, haters come in flocks.
Give Me a Hug is at number 6. APT, Bruno Mars. I ain't been listening to Bruno Mars. That nigga's that lit right now? Holy. I see some people saying cap. What are we capping? What's so capped, huh?
The pedal tour.
Yeah, it's a J for to have Post Malone and Morgan Wallen next year. Clearly me says I'm a hater. No, clearly me. I'm not a hater. Like, y'all gotta, bro, I'm giving Kendrick props this whole time. Outside of what we love hip hop. My nigga, we wish he would have stuck his middle finger out and spit at the camera and said, fuck you, Drake. We love hip hop. This is the Super Bowl. It's a lot of 40-year-old white men. There's 50-year-old billionaires and millionaires. They're appealing to people who are watching globally. That, yes, this is a thing that Drake and Kendrick are beefing, but they want to hear international songs. Like, I think that's not like a hater perspective.
What is
New York, New Jersey, New York City? I can tell the people want it. Yeah, I said that.
Oh, yeah, I did that. Hey, what's up, though?
Larry Love super chatted $4.99, says the guy that hanged with Takesh 69 and got his strat from talking about Chi-Town Hood's SMH.
Exactly, right? Exactly. Appreciate you. Appreciate that, $5. So you talking about globally? So this ain't where's that dude with that damn song with that They Don't Deport Us? What was that song? That they don't deport us. That shit was funny as hell. Where's that damn song? God damn, I can't buy that song. Do you know how many people have made TikTok videos? Do you know how many people across the world, they doing this in Africa, Asia, the Philippines? Everybody making their rendition of Not Like Us, of the Super Bowl performance. Everybody doing their little two-step. Everybody doing that little Kendrick Lamar two-step to everything. What is he talking about? has a deport us? Was it a deport us? Deport, yeah, was it a deport us? What is he talking about? Damn, where is that song at? They don't deport us. Oh, no. Deport us. Let me see Kendrick Lamar. Deport us. Where's that Asian dude? That shit was funny as hell. God damn, oh, this dude right here. Is this it?
I see immigration. Hey, coming on a boat, ho, too far. We ain't trying to go back to the Mekong. Green card, immigration asking for my visa. Bail me out, I'm just trying to cross over the border. What's up with ICE trying to put a brother on a one-way? Whole squad waiting for me at the runway. How many shop you really got? How many massage parlor? Good luck finding me at Inala Plaza. Meet me at the International Airport.
Hey!
Sometimes you gotta run or you get caught.
Hey.
Catch me if you can, but I do this like a real sport.
Hey.
Ask me for ID, I got 3 fake passports.
Hey!
Yeah, my name Ho Young.
Hey.
Thailand where the passport got done.
Hey.
Boy, you try so hard to catch me, aren't you tired? Ask me where I'm from, then I told him I'm from China.
So what is Akademiks talking about? Global effect? This ain't global? This ain't global? What is Akademiks talking about? Do you know how, man, Not Like Us has reached world fucking wide. They doing this at soccer games, football games, baseball games, everywhere. What is he talking about? Everybody's making a remix. Everybody's dancing to it. Everybody's making a tick. What is he talking about? Global? So this ain't global right here?
Yeah, my name Ho Young. Thailand where the passport got done.
Hey.
Boy, you try so hard to catch me, aren't you tired? Ask me where I'm from, then I told him I'm from China.
Hey! Can't deport us! Can't deport us! Can't deport us!
Can't deport us! Can't deport us! Can't deport us!
Can't deport us! Can't deport us! Can't deport us! But this ain't global though. This ain't global. Can't deport us! Come on, man. Let's run this back, man. Run it back one more time, man. Let's go.
I see immigration. Hey, coming on a boat, ho, too far. We ain't trying to go back to the Mekong. Green card, immigration asking for my visa. Bail me out, I'm just trying to cross over the border. What's up with ICE trying to put a brother on a one-way? Whole squad waiting for me at the runway. How many shop you really got? How many massage parlor? Good luck finding me at Inala Plaza.
Hey!
Meet me at the International Airport.
Ooh!
Sometimes you gotta run or you get caught. Catch me if you can, but I do this like a real sport. Ask me for ID, I got 3 fake passports.
Ooh!
Yeah, my name Ho Young.
Ooh!
Thailand where the passport got done.
Ooh.
Boy, you try so hard to catch me, aren't you tired? Ask me where I'm from, then I told him I'm from China.
Can't deport us! 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 Come on, man. That shit fire, man. That shit fire. That shit fire, man. That shit fire. That shit is fire. Can't deport us! Can't deport us! That shit fire. Talking about global, man. Just stop hating, bro. Stop embarrassing yourself. Stop embarrassing yourself. Because every time you say something stupid, I'm gonna hit you in the head with some facts. Every time you say something goofy, I'm gonna slap you across your forehead with some damn evidence. Pause, no diddy.